without trying? Is it just an esoteric Eastern philosophical concept, or is it a real tactical, practical thing? I think it's kind of both, because obviously there's still some effort that is put forth. The word trying kind of evokes a thought of some type of effort, but the way that I think about trying, or that most people might think about trying, is there's some amount of unnecessary effort and resistance that is not there. Like when you're trying to do something versus just actually doing it. Like, what's that quote? Do or do not. There is no try. Is that Yoda? But you win without trying when you love what you're doing. It's simple. If you love what you're doing, then you're not going to feel like you are trying. You're not going to feel like you're expending extra unnecessary energy. You're not going to feel like you're dragging along. You're going to be more likely to be in flow state. You're going to be more likely to keep working. You're going to be more likely to feel like you're not even working. You're more likely to feel like you're playing. You win without trying when the thing you're doing is just what you do. Now, how do we get there? I don't really know. You can probably learn to love new things. I'm not exactly sure how that process works on like a spiritual or philosophical level. I think the more you do something and the better you get at it, the more you definitely like it. But can you force yourself to love something? I'm not sure. So it's probably better to find something that at least somewhat interests you, work on it, and then identify the types of things that you get lost in, the types of things that where time disappears, or the types of things where you're not constantly distracted thinking this sucks, the things that just capture your attention. And then I think you can slowly evolve from there, where maybe you're not a morning person, but you start slowly getting up a little earlier and working on that thing first thing. And then over time, the more amount of daily time you're able to put towards that thing, it just slowly becomes what you do anyways. And then when you become a worker or fall in love with the process, when it becomes just who you are and what you do, that's how you win without trying. And there probably is some type of decision that's made. I think of someone like Kobe Bryant, who seemed to do that from a very early age, and a lot of times that seems like it's out of reach for the average person, but he was just a human also, and probably wasn't perfect at it from the beginning. I don't necessarily think he was born a machine, although there probably are some innate or inborn characteristics that were inside of him. I think you have to look at the early stages of the person and not necessarily their pinnacle, and realize that it was a process for them to even develop their process of work, of hard work. Like, don't judge yourself for not being able to put in the same amount of work right now. Just work at constantly getting a little bit better at your efficiency and optimization and ability to even work, and ramp it up as much as you can over time. And then maybe you'll get to the point where it's just who you are, and you win by default. You win without trying.